is Lady Boulay again. Thank you for clicking on the video. I felt like I needed to come back and say a little bit more about Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens because I got so many passionate responses from that video. And it seems that people are upset for different reasons because of things he said with her sitting right there. So I did go back and watch part of the interview, y'all. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did watch some of it. And it seemed like Jonathan Owens was trying to respond to questions that those men were throwing at him. And then they were laughing and acting stupid like they normally do. I've seen them once or twice. But they are not married. A lot of those guys are not married. And they're not in good relationships. And they're older than Jonathan Owens. And he took the leap to get married to somebody he wanted to marry. Because let's be clear. Nobody was holding a gun to his head to make him marry that woman. He married her because he wanted to. I'm pretty sure he was brought up in a traditional black family where people teach their children, you need to get married. He's 28 years old, and all he's going to do is run out if he doesn't get married. But I hope they learned something from that interview. You cannot go out into the public talking, everybody weighing in on your marriage. And I really appreciate the people who saw where I was coming from and who agree with me. Everybody recognizes that certain segments of the Black American community are toxic and out of control. Black women are having children that for the most part they are having to raise by themselves. Black men are out here running amok and doing what they want to do, sometimes getting locked up and getting involved in multiple relationships with women and not taking any responsibility for the children that they're getting. And if we don't do something, nothing is going to change. And here we have a young couple who decided to go the route of getting married, and I applaud them. We have to try to protect these black families. I entitled this video, It's Okay If She Loves Him More. It really is okay if she loves him more, and it's not written in stone that she does. This is just people drawing conclusions. But if they're married and she loves him more, there is nothing wrong with that. Because even if she does love him more, if he's a decent man, he will appreciate that love and handle it with care. And if he's not decent, it doesn't matter which one loves the other one the most, because he's not going to do the right thing anyway. There is nothing wrong with a woman loving a man. A woman who loves her husband, who loves her family, is going to do everything she can to keep her family healthy, to keep her children healthy. She's going to be at home and not out in the club trying to party. She's going to be there to make sure her children are properly supervised and that her home is a pleasant and happy place to be. So there's nothing wrong with a woman loving her husband. I have 5 brothers. 3 of them are younger than I am. And my advice has always been to them, marry a woman who loves you. You need to marry a woman who loves you. Yes, you need to love her, but you need to make sure she loves you. Because if she loves you, the foundation of that home is going to be more solid, in my opinion, because she's going to nurture that home, that husband, and those children. So there's nothing wrong with her loving her husband, and she does seem to love him, but he also seems to love her. And as far as him being a catch, when I heard him say that, the other guy was saying, well, yeah, you're the catch. You were the catch. And he was like, well, I think the man is always the catch. No, he's not. The man is not always the catch. What is the catch if 2 people get together who like each other and who want to be together, as they seem to be? And I'm going to put a nickel and a dime on the fact that If he had married any other race of woman, that Negro would have not even said that to him. He only said that because he married a black woman. And him going on a podcast, I mean, those guys on those podcasts, if they're not talking about sports, if they're not retired athletes talking about sports, the only other thing they know to talk about is women. And they really don't know that much about women because they don't listen. So what they talk about is what they want women to be about. They don't know anything about relationships, but that's all they want to talk about because they don't know anything about politics. Most of them don't even know how a president is elected. They don't know how many senators there are. They don't know how many people are in the House of Representatives. They don't know anything about education. They don't read books. So they don't know anything to talk about. So they sit up on those podcasts talking about women and trying to be an expert on relationships that they don't know anything about. So yes, Jonathan Owens and Simone Biles walked into a trap. Now that's the way I see it. I do understand black women getting upset. Some people even got upset because of the position that I took in my other video and said they were unsubscribing. And that's fine if you feel strongly about that, because I'm not really sure what I said that would make somebody unsubscribe, because all I'm saying is that I want that marriage to succeed. And if you're gonna unsubscribe to my channel because I say I want somebody's marriage to succeed, well then you go right ahead. And I'm not going to get mad about what somebody else's husband said and she's sitting right there with him. She didn't get mad at what he said and I'm supposed to get mad about it? That doesn't make any damn sense. And when you need to check yourself when you're going to be madder at somebody's husband about what he said relative to her and she didn't get mad. You need to check yourself. So if she can stay in the marriage with him saying things that people think are inappropriate, I can sure as hell stay out of it and be okay with it. But at the end of the day, I want the marriage to succeed. I want black people to get married. Some people say, well, marriage is not this and marriage is not that. Well, I like being married. My friends are married. My sisters are married. My nieces are married. We like being married. We like being married. Furthermore, in these communities where these families are building wealth, where their children are being able to have a higher standard of living, these people are coming from communities where people get married. It's good to have a support system. It's good to have a man in your life who cares about you. There is nothing to compare to a man that loves you and looks out for you. And if you haven't felt that love, then that's unfortunate. Because some of us really live in relationships where our husbands love us. And we love them. That is a real thing for some of us. So I want their marriage to succeed. But there are people who don't want their marriage to succeed and they're picking everything apart. Now, I was listening to a video called Brown Fireball, and these were non-black people dissecting this couple's marriage. And I'm going to put the link in the description box, and I want y'all to go back and listen to that video. This is a non-black woman, and she had everything. She went over everything, but the bottom line was those non-black women came into that video talking about the fact that they thought she wasn't pretty enough for him or for anybody, probably, because seeing a handsome, he's a nice looking guy with Simone Biles, who is very accomplished and very beautiful in her own right. But they just feel like, well, the problem is that she's not his type. Well, hell, he ain't got no type. What is his type? These other races of women are so used to black men chasing them down, especially if they get $2 or $3 in their pocket, that they can't believe that this young man would be attracted to that very beautiful, accomplished woman of his own ethnicity. They just can't believe it. So she's got a whole video dissecting the whole thing. So if he's smart, he'll hold on to what he's got and treat her right, keep his mouth shut, and stay off those podcasts. But I want y'all to listen to this video. It's about 17 minutes. Listen to her going in on this relationship just like she had a vested interest in these two people's relationship. So I'm doubling down on what I said. I hope they will be able to make their relationship work. And I appreciate those of you who understood what I was saying. And I think if Jonathan Owens knows what's good for him, he will stay off these podcasts, keep his mouth shut, and take care of his wife. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. And as always, have a great day.